Hey everybody, Renegade 67 here with some, 8 or whatever you want to call me, with some Let's Play Fate Stay Night Blind. So last time, well shoot, I've been playing iSomnium Files. Maybe I don't remember what happened last time. History. I should call him admirable or maybe just a nice guy. Oh, that's right, Rin met Archer and now they're best friends forever. Well, actually they hated each other at first, but now I think they like each other okay. And the sun will be up soon, then you can pee. A bridge joke. What? Anyways, the sun's up, but you're pretty loose. Pretty footloose. So let's just jump into this, because everybody's footloose, right? You're pretty loose. The sun's up. Ellipses. Great way to start. Great first introduction to starting the game again with an ellipses. Couldn't have planned it better myself. You know what I hate? I hate it. I take it back. I hate it when I make a joke and I find my own joke funny. It's good to find your own joke funny, but you know, sometimes when you find a joke funny, your eyes start watering. It's like, you know, you laugh, but then your eyes water. And it's extremely distracting, because I guess I just made a joke that I found funny. I don't know, because my eyes started watering. That happens sometimes, and it's really obnoxious, because I'm trying to freaking read the text. Get out of my way, water, eyes, water. Ugh. Anyways, I take it back. This shameless attitude, he doesn't deserve any praise at all. Morning, you seem pretty relaxed. I see you've made yourself at home here. Well, it's the room I spent the night in. I've pretty much figured out where everything is. Oh, since I was cleaning it anyway, I cleaned up the kitchen too. I was expecting more mess, but it was rather clean. That's a backhanded compliment, but also, yes. It's quite impressive considering that you live in a Western-style house by yourself. You cleaned up the kitchen too, so he took the extra effort. He said he didn't want to do it, but because he was doing it, I guess he went all the way. Seems in character. Western-style house. Yeah, oh. You think that's different from an Eastern-style house? Is it harder to take care of a Western-style house? Well, I mean, she is the prim and proper lady, so it's not too surprising that she would want to keep everything spit and spotless for whenever her boyfriend saw it. Ellipses. I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? Because cleanliness is next to managerialiness. That's a SpongeBob quote, I think. I think? Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on my quote, but quote me on the quote that I'm quoting about quoting. I just don't know what quote that is. They say servants think only of battles, so maybe this guy's broken somehow. Yep, the messed up summoning must have screwed with his wires. He's gonna need some extra maintenance, some TLC. I see. You're not doing well, are you? You seemed well last night, but sleep must have brought up your fatigue. Must have brought up your... Oh, nope. You see, this is a case where I got them confused, I think. This could technically arguably work for both of them. I see, you're not doing well, are you? You seemed well last night, but sleep must have brought up your... Because she's feeling heavy today, that's right. But also, you could argue that Rin is saying this because he's cleaning, even though he didn't want to clean yesterday. A case could be made in both directions. Do servants need to sleep? I have forgotten if that is a fact that they need to sleep or not. I'll get you a drink. If tea's okay. That's probably something Archer would say. I don't think Rin would be saying that, but I could be wrong. Oh boy, we actually have to guess. So at home in a stranger's house. Archer stands, takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion, and pours a fine rose-colored tea. Okay, yes, I think I finally got things under control. If it's inner monologue, it has to be written. Dash, 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 dash. There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting him. Every aspect of his motion is refined, and you could even say he's being considerate. Oh well, it's true that I'm tired, so I get... Nope. He appeared on screen, so I assumed he was talking. I didn't have problems like this at all last time. Now they're all running out the gate. Ooh, leave the voices on. Ooh. It's true that I'm tired, so I guess I'll have a drink. He just looks so smug, so I just assumed he was going to say some smug, snarky comment. I take a seat. He hands me the teacup silently, and I take a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, it's an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf, so I'd get mad if it tasted bad. Yeah, that'd be a waste of your favorite tea leaf thing. In fact, I get mad when someone uses one of my favorites without permission. Well, guess you're getting mad anyways. Yes. I would get mad when it's brewed so wonderfully, as I'm too happy to complain. Well, there you go. Really is a big one-upping contest with yourself. You're trying to prove that you're a great master to him. He's trying to prove he's a great servant to you. All to what end? You already like each other. Just make out already. I mean, eh. Hold on, what are you laughing about? I was gonna ask what you thought of it, but when you make a face like that, there's no point in asking. Dash, 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 dash. No, my tsundere is showing. I slammed the cup down onto the table. Don't waste it. You should enjoy it while it's hot. If I'm distracting you, I'll go. Thanks, but no thanks. I didn't become a master just so someone could brew me tea. I became a master so someone could clean my room. There's a difference. Besides, there's no need for you to do things without orders. I see. Certainly, I did not form a contract with you to brew tea or clean up after you. If that's how you want it, I'll be careful from now on. Right, what I need is a powerful familiar. I've never heard of a servant who does things around the house, and I have no need of one either, even though you asked him to do something around the house last night, so you're a dirty liar, but okay. What do you mean, no need? Nothing. Interpret however you want. More importantly, do you remember who you are now? Has sleep jogged your memory? Do servants sleep? Do servants poop? Girls don't poop! Archer shakes his head. Just as I thought, it's bad. If you can't remember it after one night, it's not going to come back easily. Even if we test various things today, this is still... Alright, I'll work out what to do about your memory. Well, get ready, Archer. Since you were just summoned, you don't know your way around yet, right? I'll show you around town. They still know about modern conveniences, right? That's a servant thing, but they don't necessarily know the area? Get ready, there's no need. If you want to go, we can go right now. You're going to walk right in that? It hardly looks normal, and besides, other masters would be able to tell you're a servant right away. Can't they stay invisible, though? Does everyone not know that? I don't intend to go announcing to everyone that I'm a master, you know. So that's what you meant. It's not a problem. Certainly I will need to change, but only when I take form. Servants are spirits, after all. We become spirits when not in battle to reduce the burden on our masters. Oh yeah, you are still a heroic spirit, even if you're summoned already. It's the master's magical energy that gives the spirit form. If I cut off that magical energy... fancy. Naturally, we would return to spirit form. Or, we would both return to spirit form, me and you. You too, Ren, you'd also be a spirit. Deal with it. A servant in that state is like a guardian spirit. We cannot be observed by anyone except the master we are connected to by the ley line. So it's like Death Note? We can still talk, though, so it's no problem if we're going scouting. That's really convenient. In that case, it must be hard to search for other masters. Can you, like, sense their magical energy? Because wouldn't they give off a big presence? Magic can sense other magic, right? In the same way servants can sense other servants. Oh, it is like Death Note. If a servant knows powerful magic, they'd be able to sense servants even from a distance. A servant knows powerful magic? AKA the caster? Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great magus. A magus with strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy. As far as I know, no one in this town has magical energy that strong. She's probably incorrect, but hey. So what about you? Can you tell where the other servants are? Master, have you forgotten my class? Sensing distant enemies isn't a job for a knight. You're not a knight, you're an archer. To be fair, there technically is no knight class, but the rider class is kind of like a knight. It's like a chess knight. I'd also argue Saber is more of a knight than an archer is, but I guess not. Archer's magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a different distance. So that seems like a big benefit that casters have. Like a big advantage when it comes to, sneakily finding other master-servant duos before they find you. that I guess none of the others possess, or at least very rarely. Alright then, follow me, Archer. I'll show you the world you've been summoned into. I don't think it'll be that new for me. Oh? But Master, aren't you forgetting something important? You don't think it'll be that new for you? Is this because of what you were alluding to last time, where you'd actually been summoned in a previous war, but I guess you've forgotten because of your amnesia? But inherently you remember? Something, something, something? What do you mean by something important? Geez, you're really not up to par yet. We have yet to exchange the most important part of our contract. The most important exchange? Equivalent exchange? You cannot gain something without first giving up something of equal value in return. That is the first law of equivalent exchange. Fundamentally, the reward for the servant is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchanges necessary. You're really not a morning person, are you? Archer said so in surprise. Listening to a sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by name yet. Does he not know your name? Have you not said your name? No, wait, I'm sure you've said... Because when you were... Didn't you? I want to say that when you were going ham on him, being like, I am the... I feel like she said something along the lines of, I am the great Tosaka Rin, or whatever, and you will obey my orders. Or maybe she didn't say that. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Feels like she said that. I guess you've realized. Well, it's not too late. So, Master, what is your name? How should I address you from now on? Archer asked sulkily. Oh, maybe she really didn't say her name. I thought she did. Ooh, oops. Right-click by accident. Hashtag right-click counter. Damn it, he is a good person. He's a good person because he wants to know your name? Well, I guess technically... I mean, really? Yeah, he could just keep calling you Master, so I suppose you could argue... Having manners doesn't really make you a good person, but I guess that depends on your point of view of what makes the person good. There's no mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchanging names. Servant and master have a relationship forced upon them by the command spell. For a contract with a normal familiar, the exchange of names has a great deal of meaning, but no such bond is needed between the master and servant. Oh, it matters a lot for regular familiars? I guess because you're the one summoning them, versus servants where the Grail itself summons them? Still, Archer calls it important. It's proof of trust that we shall be fighting alongside each other, even without the command spell. I'm Tosaka Rin. You can call me whatever you like. I answer bluntly, unable to be true to my feelings. Actually, it'd be probably easier for me to be addressed in a reserved manner like you or Master, and you'll probably call me that. But that said... Archer mutters my name to himself. Oh, he likes it. Steamy. I shall call you Rin. Yes, the name suits you well. Oh, I guess you're not going to be too happy about that. Rip. Rip your preference. He says something outrageous. Tom's too. Hello. Hi. Just hi. I mean... Now I feel all awkward. I said hi, and I have no follow-up. I want to make a pun about his name, but like, Tom's Tom. Oh, Tom's. I get it. You said Tom's too, and Tom's is repeated twice, and then you said too. There's the joke. I made the joke. I can now move on with my life. He says something outrageous. Dash. Rin, what's wrong? You don't look normal. Shut up, Baka. Let's just go. We don't have time to relax. I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer say that just to make me feel this way? Yeah, probably. I think it's still a contest of trying to one-up each other and find who has the power in the relationship. By being humble. Humble power. It's possible. He'll certainly do that sort of thing. Yes, that must be it. So my face getting hotter and my heart pounding. They're all part of his plan. All according to Keikaiku. Keikaiku means plan. Be careful, Rin. You're gonna have to work with this crooked guy from now on. I go out with Archer. Oh yeah, we go out and we go way out. It's like the hottest, steamiest state you've ever seen. What? I have a dirty mind, I apologize. No, I shouldn't apologize. I have a dirty mind and I'm proud. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. Here, the place with old houses and traditional buildings is Miami City. Yes, that name rings a bell. Yeah, Miami. No, Miyama. Miyama. I said Miami. I'm a failure. I'm a failure to my family. To the Tosaka family? On the other side of the river is Shinto, where modern development is happening. My house is in the older section, Miyama City. Miyama. Miyama City is broadly separated into two sections as well. This is one of the sections, the Western-style houses, where immigrants from foreign countries live. Okay. Are you an immigrant? Huh? Maybe like her family moved here years and ages ago. Like, I assume she's natively Japanese, but like maybe like her great-grandpappy actually came from like Britain or something. I don't know. On the other side is the area of old Japanese-style houses with a mountain behind it. That is very stereotypically Japanese. Mountains. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. The houses in between the two sections are relatively ordinary. They're the boring commons, the commoners, the peasants. As a demonstration, fancy fade with the checkerboard thing. They're this ordinary. Wow, look at how ordinary that is. Gosh, you must feel like garbage if you live here. Am I right? This is the crossroads of Miyama City and the hill leading up to the Western-style houses like mine. Something inside of me really wants to call it Miami City. I feel like maybe I'm crazy, but in Fate Zero... Did they call it Miami in Fate Zero? Or am I remembering wrong? I feel like that name is familiar to me, because I'm pretty sure Fate Zero took place in the same city. But I want to say I'm remembering Miami. If it's Miyama, maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Or maybe they did it wrong. Or maybe it's a game of broken telephone, clearly. On the opposite side, a hill leads up to the Japanese-style houses. They did not call it that. Well, I'm just stupid then. Thank you for clarifying my stupidity. I'm stupid and proud. A bridge leads to the neighboring town of Shinto, and the other way leads to the school, shopping district, and even Ryudo Temple up the mountain. Actually, hold on. Let me take... Ooh, I remember this red bridge. I remember that. There was a fancy part in Fate Zero. Yeah. Okay. This is the large bridge connecting Shinto and Miyama City. Was it really Miyama all along? I feel like a derp. Hold on. I want to read this again. Other way leads to the school, shopping district, Ryudo Temple. Are those going to be... Okay, school. No, we've seen the school. The shopping district. Oh, shit. Heartbeat. Heartbreak. When are we social linking? Gotta hit up that shopping district. Ryudo Temple. Okay. Temple's probably going to be relevant. I don't know about the shopping district, but if they name dropped a temple, it's probably going to be relevant at some point. A few years ago, a big station was built over that side. It's grown rapidly since then. Even though Miyama City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as totally different places. The city's name, Fuyuki, or Winter Tree, supposedly comes from the fact that winters are long here. Huh, that's neat. Fuyuki. Interesting. Yuki, I know that's snow. Is Fuyuki winter? Is Fu like long? Interesting. I might look that up at some point. Okay, winters are long here. Is that like a rope on the ground? See that on the ground next to the walkway? There's like a circular thingamajigger. Is that like a hula hoop? Did somebody leave that there? Is someone playing a game and they're gonna come back for their hula hoop? Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it's quite warm here, and February is about as warm as December everywhere else. Wait, it has long winters, but the winters are warm? Is that what you're saying? Huh. I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you were digging around. Oh, you mean in this particular spot, not in the city as a whole? I don't know. Then again, this half-hearted cold would make the city a poor hot spring resort. Fuyuki City has a friendly winter and a strange climate that enters spring and April with no changes. Ooh, this is fancy. Shinto is all like this. Whoa, yeah, this is some high-rise, fancy schmancy wancy pantsy. The rapidly developing town started to build tall buildings as if rushed by something. As a result, it looks very artificial. Yeah, it does, but it's got a cool look to it. I like it. I can see why nature lovers would not be a fan, but that's only in the last 10 years. Oh, 10 years. Interesting. And Fate Zero was 10 years ago, right? So none of this would have been here in Fate Zero, I guess. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years... Ooh, ho, 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 ho. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district. Oh. I think I am connecting dots. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. I pick up what you're putting down. These buildings are constructed on the land no one lived on anymore. Ha ha ha. And? Ooh, this looks barren. The barren wasteland. This is the center of it. This is Shinto's park. Now that we've seen all the important locations, what are your thoughts? You know, for this section I think I'm going to turn on voices. Because this seems like a cool park that's cool. Alright, Rin, Archer. Also, is others on? I forget. Last time I played this, did I leave others on or off? Okay, good. It's on. Now that you've seen the important locations, what are your thoughts? I ask Archer, who's standing next to me. I can't see him, of course. It's a big park, but is there some reason no one's here? It shows, huh? Well, that's because there's a history to this place. Neat, neat, neat. Okay, I wonder how much they're gonna go into in this. I know Fate Zero is a prequel, but I wonder how much of the broad strokes were probably... I mean, I doubt that they planned to do Fate Zero when they did this. This was probably just the juicy backstory for the plot of this game. But that makes me wonder how much nitty-gritty they're going to go into in this, as compared to what actually happened. I look around the park. A park this big and organized should be a playground for kids, even on weekdays. But there are only a few people here, and a desolate feeling runs through the place.
10年前の話よ。この辺り一帯で大きな火事があったんだって。火は一日燃え続けて、雨が降り出した頃に消えたんだとか。
An entire day. It was about 10 years ago. They say there was a huge fire in this area. It burned for a day until it went out just as it began to rain. Interesting. And this was like the center of it? Huh. And they decided to leave this place be? As like what? A place to mourn the dead? Or something?
その後町は復興したけど、ここだけはそのままなの。
Afterward, the town was rebuilt, but this place was left as it was.
焼け野原になって何もなくなったから公園にしたらしいわ。
It was burned to ashes, so they made it into a park. What a somber feeling park. Dash 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 dash. Archer says nothing. Specifically, he says dash 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 dash. Even though I can't see him, I can tell he's feeling something special. What are you feeling? You feeling giggity?
気づいたみたいね。そうよ。ここが前回の聖杯戦争決着の地。私も事情は知らないけど、前回の聖杯戦争はここで終結してそれきり。
You seem to have noticed. That's right. This is where the last Holy Grail War ended. I don't know the details. I do. But the last war ended here, and the place has been like this ever since. Interesting. Okay. I suppose these details are going to have to come out as the game progresses. It would, in theory, be one of the mysteries of this game that I guess I sort of know the answer to. Interesting. How are they going to come out, I wonder? Through Kirei, possibly. Possibly. Actually, we still don't know. Is Kiritsugu around? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
なるほど。それでこんなにもここは怨念に満ちているというわけか。
I see. That must be why this place is full of so many grudges. Grudges? What do you mean?
わかるの？そういうの。
Like ghosts? You can sense those kind of things? Is he like sensing like dead people? Can you see dead people?
サーバントというのは霊体だ。そのあり方は怨念、妄執に近い。故に同じ無念には敏感なのさ。街中でも濃い場所はあるが、ここは別格だ。我らから見れば固有結界のそれに近い。
So you are like ghosts, is what you're saying, I think. Servants are spirits, were beings similar to grudges and formed obsessions. Therefore, we're sensitive to such remnants like us. But I guess these are more normal remnants, not strong enough to be summoned as servants, I'd assume. There are places in town with strong regrets, but this place is on a completely different level. To us, this place is more like a reality marble. Reality marble. I don't know if that term rings a bell or not. It may have been brought up in Fate Zero, I don't remember, don't tell me, because, I don't know. My motto is, if I've forgotten, then let's just let it be a surprise. Archer brings up an unusual term in a motionless voice. Reality marble. One of the magics considered the pinnacle of magi, said to be infinitely close to sorcery. Okay. Like a black hole? For hundreds of years, a boundary field, I remember that term, has been the defensive field that protects a magus. Yeah. Put simply, it's a vicious version of a security system on a house. A boundary field is something applied to an existing area or building to protect himself from outside enemies. Applied to an existing area or building. Right, yeah. It is merely a transformation applied to what already exists. A reality marble is different. How so? A reality marble is an image that erodes reality. Okay. The imagined world of a magus, a boundary field that paints over the reality by letting a magus's heart take form. That is what we call a reality marble. The imagined world of a magus. Letting a magus's heart take form. Okay. That's neat. So, imagination nation. Imagination creation. You believe to perceive, and then it can become... I don't think of any word that is a synonym with real that rhymes with believe, but... Perceived? In other words, a large range of magic that distorts, no, remakes the world as the magus wishes. Uh-huh.
リー、どうした？考え事か？
Rin, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, Rin?
ちょっと意外だったから。
No, I was just surprised.
固有結界だなんて、アーチャーのくせに珍しい言葉を知ってるなって。
Oh, Rin, so you're saying you're not thinking? I was late to the punch. I was gonna make that joke, but then I already clicked to the next line, the voice started talking. I missed my punchline. I thought that reality marble seemed an uncommon term for an archer. What, you think it's too fancy for him? You think he needs to be a caster to know the term reality marble?
なんだ、知っていてはおかしいか？
Is it strange for me to know it? Does even he know why he knows it, though, because of his amnesia?
だってそうじゃない。固有結界っていうのは魔術師にとっては禁忌中の禁忌。奥義の中の奥義だもの。アーチャーであるあなたが知ってるなんて筋違いよ。
Of course, reality marble is the taboo of taboos, the secret principle's secret principle. Doesn't make any sense for an archer to know about it. Taboo of taboos. Isn't that right? I ask with my expression, but it's not voiced. That still weirds me out when they put something in quotes, but then don't actually voice it. I feel like if they're going to do that, they really should separate it, like have single quotes around lines like that. Maybe single quotes aren't normally used for that. I forget the difference between double quotes and single quotes, but you know, they exist, so you could probably use them for that. I don't know. At least for me, it would make my life easier. I don't know if it would technically be correct. And then I sense him sighing heavily next to me.
リン、英雄とは剣術、魔術に長けたものを指す。
He said genjutsu! Naruto! Rin. A hero is someone who excels with both magic and weaponry. Oh, so you're saying all heroes have to know at least some level of genjutsu and ninjutsu. They can't just know taijutsu. They can't be Rock Lee's.
アーチャーだからといって弓しか使えないと思うのは勝手だが、私以外のサーバントにそんな楽観は持たないでくれ。
It's fine if you want to think that an archer can only use bows, but please don't take such an optimistic view of the other servants. Aha, yes, don't think the folly that they're follies when you could get a trolley of chocolate frogs. Harry Potter? Ugh. Come to think of it, he's right.
わかったわよ。今のは軽率な発言だったわ。次からは気をつけるからこれでいいでしょ。
I understand. That was a careless thing to say. I'll be careful from now on, so it's okay, right?
リン、ズバリ言おう。君は優秀だが、それゆえに他人を過小評価する欠点がある。
Thank you. I was thinking...
成人するまでには強制したまえ。
That is why I leave the voices off a lot of the time. Thank you. I was thinking that too. Rin, I'm going to be honest. You're excellent, but because of that, you have a habit of underestimating others. Yes, exactly. You should reform that habit before you grow up. Yeah, she seems to really look down on lots of other people from what I've gathered from her so far. And she is great. She's not wrong in thinking of herself as being great, clearly. But if she assumes other people are less than her just because she knows that she herself is great, then she'll get surprised when she runs into another great person. Because other people are going to be great. Not everyone is going to be lesser than her.
何気に失礼なこと言うわね、あんた。
You're being rather rude. He's not wrong, though. Reform? That's like training bad habits out of a horse. Well, there you go. You should go study some horses then. Do you know? Or maybe you've studied them enough because you're so great. So you should know how to do it, right?
いや、失礼。別にリンがジャジャ馬だと言ったわけではない。単にイメージ通りの表現を使っただけというか。
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to make it sound like you're a disobedient horse. I just used the word because it suited your image. Okay. Feels like they're done talking about history time. Wrong button. So I'll go ahead and turn the voices off again. I just used the word because it suited your image. That's even worse. Ouch? Ouch? Nani? Huh? My right arm suddenly hurts. Oh, what? This sounds important. Maybe I'll turn the voices back. This is silly. I should probably just either leave them on or leave them off, but I like the voices, but I also... Oh, I don't like how... Grumble, grumble.
Rin.
Rin!
ちょっと黙って、あーちゃん。
Be quiet for a second, Archer. Why? What's up with your arm? The command spell engraved on my right hand is hurting. A small warning as if to get my attention.
誰かに見られてる。
Someone's watching us. Ooh, is that what it means? When your thingy thing hurts? How do you know that? How does command spell work? I extend my consciousness to the surroundings. I roll up the threads of my consciousness and search through the park. Okay, so I guess... What, does like your command spell like thump if you get in close contact with other masters with other command spells? Or just, did you set up like a thing in advance to make that happen?
私じゃ見つけられない。
I can't find him. Assumedly, if it's just a thing that happens with everyone, you don't have to set it up in advance, then he or she probably also sensed you and maybe got out of there because they didn't want to deal with you. Or they're spying on you. In which case, you said you didn't know of anyone in the area with magical power on your level. Well, either someone was in the area with magical power, or they've already come here because the war takes place here. I don't know if that's a rule. I don't remember, but...
あーちゃん、あなたは
What about you, Archer? Can servants sense other masters? Oh, well, oh yeah, servants can sense other servants. Can servants sense other masters? That's a question. They can sense other servants, and masters can sense other masters, but can servants sense masters? I don't think masters can sense servants from what the conversation was earlier, but I don't know.
難しいな。私には視線すら感じられん。
It's difficult. I can't even feel the stare.
ってことは見てるのはマスターね
It must be a master watching. Okay, so I think this is saying that servants have a better time sensing servants and masters have a better time sensing masters, which I guess would make sense because they're the same kind of beings as each other. I don't know who it is, but if Archer can't sense it, it has to be a master. And if Archer's not sensing anyone, then that means their servant probably wasn't with them, right? Can you just leave your... Yeah, there's nothing wrong with leaving your servant behind. That's an interesting tactic for scoping out masters without being scoped out by other servants. It's a double-edged sword. There aren't 7 of us yet, but if we wanted to, we could start the fight at any time. If you technically started the fight before the fight officially started and killed someone, wouldn't they need a replacement? I don't know. I don't know how that works exactly. But I assume if it hadn't officially started yet, then they would have to get another 7th. But I don't know. I guess technically they wouldn't, because if they'd already summoned the servant, then technically their contract with the Grail is complete, and you just need 7 people to summon the Grail, and that's the whole reason they have 7 in the first place. So technically you wouldn't need anyone new. But if that's the case, it seems silly to be like, the official start day is here. I mean, unless all mages are going to be polite about it, but I mean, they're not. It seems that one watching us wants to battle, but...
レイジはレイジに反応する。マスターであるのなら、誰がマスターであるかは出会えば感じられるということか。だが、それならリンにも相手が識別できるのではないか。
The command spell reacts to other command spells, so that must mean that if you're a master, you should be able to recognize other masters when you see them. Wait, so this is a general fact, and you know this, Archer? Why do you know this? Do you know this just because of your general knowledge that was imparted to you? Or whatever? Because that's a thing, I think? Wouldn't that mean you should be able to identify the other master too?
ええけど行為の術者なら自分の魔力ぐらい隠し通せるいくら霊樹同士が反応するって言ってもその霊樹だって魔力で発動するものよ大元であるマスター自身が魔術回路を閉じていれば見つけることは難しいわ
Fancy magical terms. Ah. A superior magus can conceal their magical energy. Even though command spells react to each other, they operate on magical energy. If the master has closed his magic circuit, it'll be hard to find him. Okay, seems like there's not going to be a fight. So turn the voices back off. Eventually I'll get this down to a T. They can just hide. They're hiding their power level. We can't sense their power level, even with the scouter. Superior magus can conceal their magical energy, even though command spells. So, a superior magus. Now, what are you saying that the one with stronger magical energy has the ability to conceal their magical energy from a weaker one, or just in general, if you have the technique, you can do it, even if you're not necessarily as strong as other maguses? That's troubling. That means we're showing them our location. That's right. Well, if I search around my house, I should be able to find something that kills my magical energy, but... Oh, so you could use, like, a charm or something. So you can't do it yourself naturally. Maybe some mages can, but you could, like, get, like, a fancy charm that does it. You don't need it? Oh, I betcha I know. I betcha she's being pompous again, right? She doesn't want it because, she wants, people... She wants to lure people in by getting them close to her with the magical energy because she will always react with her her command spell. So she's going to use it as like a double-edged trap where they'll be able to sense her and get close to her, but if they get too close, the thing will ping, and so she'll know someone's nearby even if... And so maybe that's her plan. Maybe she's aggressive like that. She wants people to find each other quicker instead of being more sneaky about it. So maybe she's bad at sneaking. But that's kind of, again, a pompous thing where you're like, oh, it's okay if they find me. As long as I know they're near, I can find them easily, even if they know who exactly I am. That kind of mindset again. Right, because if I don't hide it, they'll come to us, right? It saves the trouble of going to find them. That's, yep, kind of what I thought. Dash, 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 dash. Archer takes a deep breath and goes quiet as if he's shocked. It's either courageous or stupid, knowing that she's pretty smart. I guess I'll call it courageous, but it's still very risky. That's the word, risky. You want to say I shouldn't be overconfident? I asked, remembering our previous conversation. Archer just said, that's impossible. You're strongest like this. I guess I can see the logic in that. Even if it is risky, if it is a tactic, it's a legitimate tactic to finding other masters. If this is what you think is your best way of finding other masters, maybe you should just go with it. If you just try to sneak around and you're bad at sneaking around, maybe that would cause you to fail. So I suppose it's not an absolutely bad idea. There are merits to this approach for sure. You can let those weaklings follow us about. Weaklings. He says, trying to hold back his laughter. Well, it's not like I like his response, but we decide to continue walking around town. We toured the important places, really dragging our observer around, having dinner along the way and bringing things to a conclusion. Oh, you're dragging him around so you know he's following you? Like you know that for a fact? Can you still sense him with your command spell, or are you just guessing that he's following you? That's an important distinction. We've been walking a lot, and it's now 7. If he follows you for that long, wouldn't you at some point get a good chance to sense him out? Or is he that crafty, he or she? At this time of night, our destination should give us the best view. Oh. Fancy. A strong wind. The tallest building in Shinto. Ah, getting a bird's eye view. The view from the rooftop of this building is a fitting end for the day. What do you think? This place is a great view, Archer. Geez, I pity whoever you go out with someday. You dragged me around all day. Wow, rude. Did you say something, Archer? Did you talk to your master in a disrespectful tone? You want to start a fight? Just an honest opinion. Oh, this is certainly a nice place. If we had come here to begin with, we wouldn't have had to walk around like we have been all day. Oh, really? Oh, well, I guess, if you're an archer, it would make sense that you have good eyesight. So you could probably make out a lot of, stuff from here. And you're a servant, so you've probably got really good eyesight. What are you talking about? Certainly it's a nice view, but all you can tell from here is the overview of the town. You have to go to the places themselves to know the layout. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's just that good. That's not true. My class isn't archer for nothing. You can't be an archer unless you have good eyesight. Yep. Okay, cool. How good are we talking, though? Is that so? Can you see my house from here, Archer? No, I can't see the neighboring town from here. At most, I can see as far as the bridge. At that range, I can count the number of tiles. So still pretty good eyesight, then. Pretty good. No way. The tiles on the bridge? That's not just good. His eyesight could match the telescopes you find on the rooftops. Well, there you go. Was it really wasted time, though, walking around? Because Rin, at the very least, did come in contact with another, master, assumedly. So, that may prove useful. So, it doesn't necessarily have to mean it was wasted. Surprised, you really are Archer. I mean, what did you think? Rin, I don't like to think so, but are you making fun of me? Always. Of course not. I just misunderstood, because even though you're called Archer, you don't seem like one. He's probably more of an Archer than the one in Fate Zero. Like, they used Archer very loosely for that. At least this Archer, I think, would actually have a bow and arrow? I'd assume. That's a troubling claim. I shall question you further on this matter when we get home. It seems Archer is taking a liking to the view as he falls silent. He's probably working out the town's layout. can't interrupt while he's surveying the battlefield. I leave Archer's side and move to the edge of the building. Dash, 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 dash. All I can see with my eyesight is the lights below this building. Like the headlight of the cars in the street and the people going home after work. Going home after work at 7 p.m. Late shifts, huh? I mean, no, they exist. The normal shift, I guess, would be what, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or maybe 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, I guess in that case, going home at 7 p.m. isn't that weird. And then there's the night shifts where you go from like, what, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. or something? I don't know. I can't tell what kind of cars or what kind of people they are. I can see them, but still not see them. Weird. Just like noticing someone is watching me before, but not being able to see the watcher. Creepy. At the very least, there's one person that has his base in Shinto. Excuse me? I strain my eyes and stare below me. Oh, you mean the master you noticed earlier on. Are you sure they aren't from elsewhere and just have already showed up? There are 7 masters in all. I still don't know who the masters are, nor which servants they command. That's part of the fun. It's a fun guessing game. Right now, I assume all the masters are walking around town collecting information on other masters. Indeed. Dash, 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 dash. Question mark? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on me. Huh? Nani? There's no reaction from my command spell. So, just natural magical energy sensing? I just feel someone's eyes on me. What are you talking about? What you talking about? From below? I look down. There are many people walking around in the road. Among them is a person. You don't say, a person! I was expecting an animal. Actually, people are a type of animal, therefore it is still an animal, despite also being a person. What? One person is looking up at me as if looking up at the moon. Oh, well, they're probably just looking at the moon. You should probably hide, make sure they don't actually notice you. Dash, 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 ellipses, dash. I can't tell for sure who it is. I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is. Huh? I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is. Logic. Excuse me? Sumimasen? It's surprising. Le shock. Surprising face. What's he doing at this kind of time? Huh? Okay, it's a he. Confirmed it's a he. Also, maybe he could ask you the same thing. What are you doing at this kind of time? I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is. What are you talking about? Could you explain that line of thought, please? Rin, have you found an enemy? Archer calls out to me as if sensing my excitement. Nothing. I just saw someone I knew. An ordinary person, nothing to do with us. Who? Who did you see? Who did you see, Rin? Tell the player so they can be on the same wavelength. I answer, unable to hide my irritation, and leave the place where I was standing. Are you gonna follow up on that? There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. Okay, assuming it's someone we've already met. If it's a he, let's narrow down our options. We've met more girls than boys, so it could be Mato Shinji. It could be Ryudo Ise. Wait, Ryudo! Shoot! Ryudo Temple! Oh, shoot. That's relevant. Okay. Oh, okay. He's gonna be from Ryudo Temple. So that's gonna be relevant at some point. Okay. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. It could be Shiro. It's someone she knows. I'm assuming a classmate. I guess it could be a teacher, but I think she'd react differently. I'd assume definitely react differently if it was Kirei. And that's everybody. So, Shiro, Issei, or Shinji, probably. Wild guess which one it was? I don't know. I don't know, mommy. I'm not good enough. When in doubt, go with C. A, B, C, so let's guess Shiro. There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. He must have been looking up at the building by coincidence. Wait, you say there's no way he could have seen you from the ground, but you still saw him from up here? That doesn't make sense. Arguably, it'd be easier to see in the other direction. Because for your perspective, there's a bunch of people walking around the ground and you just singled out one person who you somehow realized was looking at you with some sixth sense. But this person, if they actually saw you up here, that's more feasible because it's unlikely people will be up there. And if he happened to look up, he might have seen you up here. Therefore, I think it's more likely he saw you than you saw him. But at least that's my take on the situation anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, magics. Still, I'm angry that I let him see me acting as a magus. By the time we get back to Miyama City, it's already past 9 o'clock. Is it really 9 o'clock? Did you already set your clocks back to being correct? 3 hours through Magical Peak? Unlike Shinto, Miyama City is an old residential district. No one walks around after 9, and the town grows as quiet as midnight. Okay. That's pretty much it. Do you have a good idea of this town? Yeah, I get it. I'll figure out the rest as we go along. I mean, that's a pretty lax attitude, given that this is a war and sort of a fight to the death. Although I guess, I mean, is it? I'm not sure. I mean, it's more fatal for the masters, I would assume, than the servants, because, I mean, they're like ghosts, right? So they're not really real. So, like, can they really die? Like, their physical forms can die, but are they dying? I'm not actually sure how that works. Let's go home and rest. I mean, let's go home and rest. Urgh. Or whoever said that. I don't know. Voices. Who cares? Someone said it. We climb the road up the gentle hill. Okay. And someone walking in front of us. Oh shit, a person. Is it going to be someone new or someone we've met before? Sakura? Sakura! Oh shit, the blue-haired lady. This is bad. Oh, because you don't want her to see you? Because, right, you skipped school today because you woke up late. So you want people to think you were, like, sick or something. So if someone from school sees you, then that'd be bad for your image. Right. I don't want to see her right now. Rin, why are we hiding? Shut up. Oh, that person is someone I know. I skipped school today, so I don't want to see her. Yeah. As I speak, I look at the figure ahead of us. On the road, there's the well-known first-year first-year student and a foreigner I don't know. That's fancy. Okay. This might get fancy, so let's turn the voices on. Bop, and your name is Sakura, and your name is Archer, and whoever this person is isn't listed, so... Foreigner I don't know. They're talking about something. No, it seems the foreigner is talking to Sakura against her wishes. Is he being rude? Do we have to call the rape police? Rape?
Rin, 知り合いとは外国人の方か?
Rin, is this person you know the foreigner?
いいえ、知らない。この辺りは洋館が多いから、どっかよそから遊びに来てるんじゃない?
No, I don't know him. There are a lot of Western-style houses around here, so he might be visiting one of them. The red eyes are very telling. I say that much, then scold myself for being too soft where that girl is involved. That girl? Sakura? What about her? Oh, you're trying to look out for her or something? You want to make sure she's not getting raped?
あ、じゃあ、あいつ人間?
Oh, Ningen. I recognize that. Yep. Technically, I think Ningen means human being, but, yeah. Archer, is he human? Versus, what, servant? I guess servants do look like humans, technically, so you could make the mistake. Although you'd be able to sense it. Yeah, wait, and that's why she's asking. Okay.
さあ、実体はあるから人間なのだろう。少なくともサーバントではない。
I don't know. He has form, so he should be a human. At the very least, he's not a servant. Okay. Not a servant confirmed. Then maybe he's a master.
そうよね。マスターでもないし、ただの血は喧嘩か。
He looks too important to not be a master. He's not a master either, so I guess it's just a minor quarrel. I don't know. He's got red eyes. What if he's... Well, you'll only know if someone's a master if they've already got the command spells, right? So technically, isn't it possible that a master who has yet to establish the contract could be a master and you might just not know yet? So maybe if he's like the 7th master and just hasn't formed his contract yet, that could be an interesting way of scoping out the competition. If you're able to sense magic, maybe you could try to like find a master before you actually technically form your contract. So maybe he's going to be like the 7th master and he just hasn't formed his contract yet. Although I think I said earlier that my guess is that Shiro is going to be the 7th and make the final contract, which would conflict with that idea, but I don't know. Still, I know she's not the kind of girl to get into trouble with a guy.
二人とも言ったな。女は坂を登っていく。
They're going. The girl is walking up the hill.
男は
The man is... Oh! The blonde guy goes down the road we came up. Okay.
それじゃああなたはここを使って。私はもう眠るけど、何か質問はある？
Well then, you can use this place. I'm gonna go to bed unless you have any question first. Okay, seems like important stuff is over. And now we turn the voices off again. The never-ending battle. I'll just keep Saber on, because if she shows up, that means it's important, essentially. He is not listed. Then again, he never actually spoke. I don't have any important questions. Your decision not to rush into the battle is the correct one. You should use tonight to recover your magical energy. Indeed. I'll see you tomorrow then. Please make me tea tomorrow morning. Oh shoot. Yesterday she was all like, don't go using my stuff. And I don't want a servant for those things. But she liked it too much. So now she's gonna make him do it. So, there you go. She's being super tsundere about it. Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room. Oh yeah, I have to contact Kirei before I go to bed. Oh, because he doesn't know if you're actually participating yet? Unless he can sense that? He could probably sense that. I don't know. That annoying priest. He'll already be getting ready to call in the substitute magus. I don't really care about that, but he is my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing. Oh, he's your guardian. Irony. Phone. I dial the number. And soon the fake priest picks up. Kirei, it's me. I formed a contract with a servant just yesterday, so register me officially as a master. Megaster. Gaster? Gaster was found! Gaster theories. He speaks in hands. Ellipses. Of course, the command spell's in your hands. That's the trick to ultimate question of underpool. A brief silence. Kirei's silence has enough pressure to stress you out even over the phone. Understood. Now what? You should come and see me at least once. I have something to give you that I received from your parents. They said to give it to you only if you become a master before you become an adult. Is this factual? Did they actually do that? Seems fishy, since it's you. Oh, you mean Father's will? I already deciphered it and got the item, so it's fine. I'll come and see you if I feel like it. Goodbye. Oh, you don't even check? Is that what he was talking about? Oh, that would make sense, because she had to, like, decipher the will on herself. And maybe... I guess that would make sense. If the battle was about to happen, if her father left her a way to decipher it, if she participated in the battle, that would make some sense. Or he might have just assumed, no, she'll be smart enough, and she's not, then she's not good enough to be my daughter. But no, I think he was at least nice to his daughter, Mr. Fireman. I think if you just assume that that's what it is, you could be making a big mistake. Oh, wait, Rin, if you are a master now... I hang up not hearing him out. Wow. Cold. He's been your sort of father, sort of, for the last 10 years, so... The fact that you treat him like that is kind of mean. Then again, I get it. You lost your parents when you were only, like, 6-ish? But at the same time, that's old enough that you got to know your parents decently well, but young enough that you were probably in a really weird mental state when you had to sort of take on a new father figure, and so you probably never properly got well attached to him. It's debatable if you ever should have gotten well attached to him, all things considered, but I mean, hey. Listening to Kira's lecture while I'm tired won't help me recover my magical energy. Right. All preparations are done now. All that's left is to sleep. Wait a second. So yesterday was 2 days before prologue. Today is 1 day before prologue. So are we like, is this going to be going out of the prologue? Are we going into the main game? Am I 2 plus 2 equals 7? When I wake up next, it should be a completely different morning. Or is it because tomorrow is technically the start of the Grail War? Or wait, no. There is no set start date, right? It starts when the 7th Master is chosen? But is there an end date for when they can be chosen? I forget. 10 years ago. The Holy Grail War, in which my father competed as a master and was defeated. By defeated, she means killed. And now I'm entering that same battle. (2-1). 2-2. February 2nd. Is it 10 years ago exactly on this day? Is that when the last war started? And is this war going to start exactly 10 years later? Which means the 7th Master has to join, or they have to get a substitute. How does that work, though? Because do they have 7 picked out that are definitely going to participate, and if not, they get substitutes? Or do they have only a few picked out, and a couple of them can just be whatever, and if no whatevers are found in time, then they get substitutes? I don't know. Semantics. Personally, though, I like knowing semantics. I'm a nitty-gritty person like that. But anyways, so after breakfast, I clearly explained my immediate plans. What is going on, actually? If I go to save, no data, are we still prologue? The game probably would have said if we're not prologue anymore, but if I go to load, the day prologue. Okay, it said 2 days ago prologue, 1 day ago prologue. The day prologue. All right, we're not in the main game yet. Almost. How many hours in? Gosh. What? You're going to school? Oh shit. Yes. Do you have a problem with that, Archer? No problems. It's just Archer hesitates but does not object. What are you thinking about? Is he wondering if he should come with you, or if there might be other masters at school, etc., etc.? You must have realized yesterday that I'm not the type to take back my decisions. I can kind of tell without him saying so. Archer's sarcastic, but he has an honest side to him, so it seems he won't complain about something he's accepted. Yes, in other words, he's faithful in an awkward way. This is my conclusion. No, more of an intuition after watching Archer for all of yesterday. Faithful in an awkward way. Faithful, stay night. Faithful, stay awkward. Don't ever change. Stay awkward. Rin, as you are a master now, you must always be cautious of other masters. School is a place where it's hard to remain prepared against sudden attacks. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. That's what I was sort of thinking. Cautious of other masters being at school. And, knowing that, school seems to be a big setting so far for this game, there's probably at least 1 or 2 masters already at school. We've probably met at least one of them, would be my guess, given that the idea behind this series is a nature of mystery, and that you don't know who the masters are. There's almost certainly going to be a couple plot twists where we find out masters that we didn't think we thought were regular people were masters. Therefore, at least one of these people in this list, I'm pretty darn sure, is a master. Now, it's my guess that Shiro becomes like the main character when we get out of the prologue. I think that's gonna happen. I don't know, honestly. I think. But even aside from him, like Ryudo, for example. The Ryudo Temple was apparently a big deal place, so maybe he's gonna secretly be a master. I don't know exactly, but I can almost guarantee at least one person that's already on this list will probably be a master secretly. It's gonna be Saber! No. That's not true. That's not true. Look, Archer, even though I am a master now, I don't intend to change my lifestyle. Besides, a battle between masters is something that should be done out of public view, right? So if we are at school where there are lots of people, I don't think we'll see any kind of surprise attacks. Even if it should be done out of public view, if there's another master at your school, you may just, you may notice them, but they may notice you. I see. If that's what you've decided, I can only obey. But I can guard you in spirit form, right? You don't intend for me to stay here while you go to school. Of course not. Not just at school, but I'll want you by my side whenever I go outside. It's the servant's role to protect the master, so I'll be counting on you. Makes sense. That is the safe thing to do. Even though it's true that they probably wouldn't want to battle breaking out at school. Also, some of them may just be sick and be like, if they see the chance and see a master without a servant, they may just go for it and be like, screw it, I'll kill all the witnesses. I don't care how many there are. People like that exist in this world. Especially for such a high-stakes war like this. I'm relieved to hear that. It's the duty of a knight to answer trust placed on us. I shall do my best to meet your expectations. But Rin, just hypothetically, what would you do if there were an enemy in that safe place? What are you suggesting, there might be a master at school? That's right. It's certainly hard for anyone who's a teacher or student to get in. It's certainly hard for anyone who isn't a teacher or student to get in, but wouldn't it be a problem if someone already there is a master? Indeed. Teacher is actually an interesting thought. I'm thinking more students, but it is true that I don't know about Fumuji. She does seem like an interesting teacher, especially because she's so young and chipper. She seems like an interesting character, but this guy, Kuzuki, he just screams ominous. Of course, that could always be a red herring. Red herring, get it? Archer and Rin both wear red. Ha 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 ha. But they don't have red hair, so, I don't think that's possible. In this town, there's only one family of Magi other than the Tosaka. That other family has declined, and they don't even have a master. Are you going to tell us which family that is, at least? Which family are you talking about? Should I know which family she's talking about? I'm not sure. I know there was a few families running around in Fate Zero, but I don't remember all of them, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know if technically Emiya, if you want to get technical, Kiritsugu Emiya, that's a family. Was that really a family, though? Because he was sort of his own guy. Like, that wasn't really a family thing. So I don't know if she would know about Shiro and stuff. I don't even know if Shiro is a magic person. Like, did Kiritsugu teach him magic things? I don't know. How do you know there isn't a master? It's only natural to investigate another family of Magi in the same town. He isn't a master, and his successor doesn't have enough magical energy to become a master, so we can just ignore them. Okay, let me decipher this. He isn't a master, and his successor doesn't have enough magical energy to become a master. Okay, who are we talking about here? So he is so the successor is the kid who's possibly going to school with you, and the father is the he. I don't think I have enough information to go off here because I don't know enough parents, I don't think. And you didn't specify a gender of the successor either, so hard to narrow down. Still, though, you brought them up, which means they're going to be relevant in the game, otherwise you would not have brought them up. If, let's say, Fate Zero was created before this, then I might believe that this was just a cute reference to Fate Zero. However, this came first, therefore they wouldn't have brought up this other family unless it was going to be relevant in some way. I see. So there's another Magus at the school you go to, but you say that Magus doesn't have sufficient magical energy to become a master. Is that correct? Exactly. So most masters will probably be coming from elsewhere. I don't think such people would come to the school. I bet she's wrong. For now, at least. But Rin, there are always exceptions. What if there's a Magus at your school that you don't know about? There will be. I bet you anything. Like I said, there aren't any. Magi are sensitive to other Magi. If we are at the same school for a year, I should be able to sense other Magi no matter how they hide it. Are you sure? What if they're, like, again, is this I bet this is a case of her overestimating herself and underestimating others. If they're a really good Magi, they may be able to just hide their magic energy that well. Or maybe they have a trinket like you do and carry it with them everywhere, and you just can't sense them. Possibly. Then again, if they become a master, they would have the thing, and so you should sense them. But I don't know. I don't know. Unless there's a way to hide that as well. I'll state with confidence that there are only two Magi at our school. One of them is me, and the other is only an apprentice who doesn't have enough power to become a master. Okay, an apprentice. Can you explain who this is, though, please, to the player? Please, 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 please. No? No. Right. Probably not. If they haven't explained it yet, probably not. You understand? Your caution is just needless worrying. It's completely impossible. Maybe the supposed apprentice is supposed to be Ryudo Man? Ryudo sounds like a fancy family that was maybe magical at some point. That's why this is only a hypothetical scenario. There's always another side to things. I am a fan of hypotheticals. Possibly too much. It's only natural for unexpected things to occur. I'm saying that when it does happen, do not blame me. And I won't say, I told you so, nana nana boo boo. Archer smiles dryly. Just that action makes me want to take it out on him, but if I did, I'd be late for school. And you can't do that. If you're going to school at all, you gotta be on time, right? You gotta be Miss Perfect. You at least have to appear as Miss Perfect. What's more important to you is appearances than actually being perfect, as we've went over. That won't happen. A hypothetical is a hypothetical because it won't happen. If it does, it just means my analysis was too shallow. Well, there you go. Oh, never mind. I spoke as the wrong person. But whatever. Same difference. Alright, I'll remember that. Let's go then, Rin. It should take 30 minutes to get to the school, so we won't make it unless we leave soon. How do you know how long it takes to school? You've not been to the school yet? Nah, whatever. Oh, well, right. You got a good view of the place yesterday when you were on top of the roof. I'm surprised. Hypotheticals do happen. Oh, what? Immediately? Immediately? Are you going to run into someone immediately? This sounds important. This sounds important. Voicey voice voices voices. Voicey voice voices voices. And then, huzzah!
ああ、私も驚いている。いや、何事もケチをつけておくものだな。
I'm surprised.
ところで役に立った。
I'm surprised as well. It pays off to argue over everything. It had an unexpected payoff. As soon as we pass the school's main gate, we joke around like that. Around us are students heading to classes, and it's almost time for homeroom. In the crowd of people rushing into the school's building, we stand dumbfounded. How come?
空気がよどんでるどころの話じゃない。これ、もう結界が張られてない。
Boundary field. Trigger word. This isn't just air stagnating. Isn't there a boundary field set up already? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
完全にではないが、すでに準備は始まっているようだな。
It's not complete, but the preparation seems to have already started. Oh gosh, are we gonna fight? Is it fight time? Is it time for us to put up our dukes?
ここまで派手にやっているということは、よほどの大物か。
If he's doing this so openly, he must be a real big shot.
とんでもない素人ね。異常を感じさせる結界なんて三流だもの。やるんなら仕掛ける時まで隠し通しておくのが一流よ。
That's a hypocritical statement. Or a complete amateur, a boundary field that lets others notice the abnormality is only third class. To be first class has to be hidden until it's activated. That is a hypocritical statement on Rin's part. Rin is going out of her way to not hide her magical energy so that other masters come close to her so that she can let them come to her instead of coming to them. It's possible whoever set up this boundary field has a similar mentality and that they're making it noticeable to attract the attention, to try to maybe find out if there are other masters at school. That might be their plan, in which case, Rin, you're being kind of dumb, because they're doing exactly what you're doing, just in a different way. I mean, that's a possibility.
で、君はどちらだと思う、リン?
So, which do you think it is, Rin?
さあ、一流だろうが三流だろうが知ったことじゃないわ。
You should care, but I think I know exactly what you're going to say. Who knows? I don't care if he's third class or first class. I'll kick his ass all the same, right? Right.
私のテリトリーでこんなゲスなもの仕掛けたやつなんて問答無用でぶっ倒すだけよ。
How dare you pee on my school? This is my territory. Only I get to pee here. Just think of dogs marking their territory. I'm going to beat him mercilessly for setting up such an indecent thing in my territory. I walk angrily through the schoolyard. Oh shoot, fight time. Fight club. First rule of Magus Club. Do not talk about Magus Club. As a Magus, I'm not about to mince words, but I can't be satisfied until I properly punish the creator of this boundary field. First I'm gonna lecture him, then I'm gonna kick his ass. I'll lecture him for such a shitty bounded field, then I'll kick his butt. Yep, Rin the Unknown Master having a pissing contest. Exactly. Rin seems to like having pissing contests. She had a pissing contest. She's having an ongoing pissing contest with Archer this whole time about who can... At first, it was who should be in control. Then it was who can be nicer to the other one, who can do more, who can prove that they're the better. I'm a better master than you are a servant. No, I'm a better servant than you are a master. I'll show you how great I am. Like that kind of thing. She just likes to have pissing contests with everyone. Or rather, she doesn't. But if someone starts pissing, she'll piss right back because she wants to be top pisser. But she doesn't... She says she doesn't like the pissing, but really, she's always pissing and just doesn't want other people stealing her piss spotlight. Too much piss. Someone should actually take a dump for once. It shouldn't be just piss. If all you ever do is go number 1, number 2 will sneak up on you. After second period, it's relevant. Number 2. While walking back from the music room, I see a first-year student walking unsteadily. Unsteadily, that's suspicious. Is it the master? The student is carrying some stack of papers, and it looks like she's having trouble. She, triggered. It's a female.
手伝うわ、さくら。
Ooh, it's Sakura-chan. You don't even use honorifics with Sakura. That's interesting. I'll help Sakura. Huh? Oh, right. I have other people's voices turned off. Sure, whatever. This feels kind of important because we're dealing with masters. Let's just turn them all on. And then that one. And that one. Oh, this is hard work.
遠坂先輩。
Tosaka senpai. Is that, aren't you guys the same age? Am I wrong? Is Rin a year older? Technically, well, then again, does seem like that kind of, person who maybe would look up to Rin and would call, her senpai, even if they are the same year. I don't hear Rin calling her Kohai. Don't worry, this will get easier when more voices show up. Yep, that'll make it easier, for sure. That's the opposite of what will happen.
何プリント？世界史って言ったらうちの担任じゃない。クズキのやつ、女生徒に使いをさせるなんて何考えてんだか。ほら、半分貸して。
That's funny. I heard nani printu or like what? And then instead of handout, she said printo, like an English word. I know honestly, if you pay attention, a lot of words that Japanese people say are actually English, but they would be spelled in the Japanese language. They'd be spelled with katakana. It's just the more I learn Japanese, the more I listen for these English words like printo. But anyways, what handouts? World history. That'll be my homeroom teacher. That Kazuki. What's he thinking making a girl do this? Here, give me half of it.
はい。ありがとうございます、先輩。
Oh, yes. Arigato gozaimasu. Oops, I said arigato. I didn't even say thank you. Thank you, senpai. It's probably because I understood that whole statement. Not to brag, but I understood that whole statement. No,
いいっていいって。それじゃこれ、さくらのクラスまで？
It's fine. So we're taking these to your classroom?
クズキ先生のところです。ゴチがあったから回収するって言ってました。
That's funny. No, we're taking them to Kazuki-sensei. He said he's recalling them because there was a misspelling. This word, it says then with an E instead of then with an A. Recall all of them.
納得。クズキは融通きかないからね。一つ誤字があったぐらいで試験を中止させるやつだった。
I understand. Kazuki's really stubborn. He's the guy who canceled a whole test just because there was one misspelling in it. If he was the one actually making the printouts in the first place, he probably wouldn't make those mistakes, but there's always a damn middleman writing them up, right? Because he's too busy to write them up. Yeah. I mean, recalling a handout or something because of a misspelling is one thing, but canceling a test, that's on a whole nother level, and definitely characterizes him as someone who's very strict on, like, sticking to the absolute. So, that's interesting. It's definitely some interesting characterization. It's your, not your, goddammit! Yep, that also sounds like it. Yeah. Of course, to be fair, this is Japanese, so it's probably a mistake, like, It says nani desu ka instead of nande desu ka or something. I don't know. It says nande instead of nazeta. Nande and nazeta basically both mean why, but nazeta is generally speaking, to my understanding, more of a negative sense. Like, you would never have something happy happen to you and then be like, nazeta! You would only say it if something you don't like necessarily happened. You're like, nazeta, but why? That kind of thing. Whereas nande can sort of be used either way. Anyways, I'm just thinking of ways that could sort of translate into a similar mistake in the Japanese language, because your and your, that wouldn't... Anyways...
試験って学校の試験をですか？
Huh? You mean the school's exam? Oh, and if it's an exam, that's an even bigger thing.
そう、あれは去年の中間試験だったかな。みんながガーッとマークシートを塗りつぶしてる時にやってきてね。誤字があるので正しい問題ではなかった。よって試験は中止。後日改めて行うってあの調子で淡々と言ったのよ。私たちも驚いたけど、先生方も驚いてね。今でもあれは語り草よ。
It's just going and going, the line that never ends. Right, I think it was last year's midterm. He came in while everyone was filling in their names and said in his usual tone, okay, it was only filling their names, so the test hadn't properly started yet, that the midterm has a misspelling in it. He said that the question was not correct, so the midterm was to be cancelled and retaken at a later date. We're surprised, but so were the teachers, and they still talk about it today. To be fair, though, if it does say if the misspelling makes the question incorrect, then that's a bit different. Now, is it only technically incorrect? Because your versus your would make it technically incorrect. Or does it actually make it so that you might answer incorrectly because the question is phrased wrong? Because that I could see, someone canceling a test for that. Because that could potentially be a big deal. It would matter for a lot of marks. Then again, the average response wouldn't be to cancel the test and retake it. It would be, oh, we'll just ignore that question and not take it into account for your marks.
なんかくずき先生らしいですね。それ先生、ものを教える立場に間違いは許されないって人ですから。
That's just like Kazuki sensei. He doesn't think teachers should make any mistakes. Perfectionist.
くずきのは度が過ぎてるけどね。さくらもそのうち思い知るわよ。くずきの堅物ぶり言ったら岩か山かって感じなんだから。
He goes too far, though. You'll realize soon, too. Kazuki's as stubborn as a rock or a mountain.
遠坂先輩、くずき先生のことが好きなんですね。先輩がそんな風に言うなんて珍しいです。
Maybe backhandedly she likes him. It would make sense because she herself is a bit of a perfectionist, so maybe seeing someone else as a perfectionist, she has respect. Even if she won't admit it. She won't admit liking someone else. Baka, idiot. She likes no one but herself. Tosaka-senpai, you must like Kazuki-sensei. It's rare for you to talk about someone like that.
そう？まあ、確かにくずきはもうちょっと柔軟性があればなって思うけど。
Really? Well, I do think he should be more flexible, but... I think that, but I also think he's not bad this way. At our school, there's a teacher liked by all students and a teacher feared by all students. Are you sure they're not one and the same? The balance between the two works so well that I think Kazuki-sensei is a good disciplinarian. Oh, so he's the one feared by all students, I would assume? He's the stick and the carrot and stick approach. Oh, so who's the carrot? Is that Fujimura? Taiga? I would assume so. Taiga definitely seems likable.
まあ、2年になればもっとくずきと顔を合わせるようになるわ。あいつは倫理も受け持ってるし。
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Rin is a second year, I assume. I think that's what they're saying. And then Sakura is a first year. So she is technically older age. You'll get to see more of him once you reach second year. He teaches ethics too. Tigers are orange like carrots. I never thought of it like that, but that is some next level logic. Toms. Oh, I said too many Toms. That makes it like Toms 3 instead of 2. Toms squared.
そんなことよりさくら、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど、いい？
More importantly, Sakura, is it alright if I ask you something? Ooh, are you gonna ask her about the midnight rendezvous from last night with Mr. Red Eyes?
何ですか、先輩。
Huh? What is it, senpai?
昨日の話なんだけど、さくら、見かけない外国人と話してなかった？
It's about yesterday. Were you talking to a strange foreigner? Is she gonna like that? Also, interesting that you're bringing this up because you yourself said you didn't want to be noticed, although arguably you could argue that it was close to your house, so maybe you could have been looking at her from like the window or something.
見てたんですか、先輩。
Oh, you were watching, senpai? Was he giving you any trouble? I mean, it didn't seem like there was any rape police needed, but I mean, hubba dubba dubba dubba, hubba dubba scrubba dubba.
たまたま。それであれ何だったの？知り合い？
Just by chance, so what was it? Do you know him?
いいえ、それがよくわからない人だったんです。あの人、道に迷ってたみたいでした。いろいろ聞いてくるんだけど、何を言ってるのか聞き取れなくて、
No, well, he was a strange person, and he seemed to be lost. He asked me lots of things, but I couldn't make out what he was saying, so, Oh, was he speaking a foreign language? He was a strange person and seemed to be lost. That sounds like a master coming from a foreign place to get ready for the battle. That's what that sounds like to me. He asked me lots of things, but I couldn't make out what he was saying. So he was speaking in a different language. Interesting. I'm assuming he was speaking in a different language. Maybe he was just using weird terminology. Because I do know that in Japanese, there's like, for example, Kyoto. They call different dialects in Japanese like bens, like Kyoto ben. Although people don't like it in Kyoto when you call it Kyoto ben. Because even though Tokyo is sort of like the what's considered like the central part of Japan now, and what most language is based around in Japan, it used to be Kyoto about, what was it, 100 to 200 years ago or something? I forget exactly. But Kyoto used to be the capital of Japan until the Emperor of Japan moved from Kyoto to Tokyo. Now there is no more Emperor of Japan, but basically it stayed Tokyo as the capital. But it used to be Kyoto, and back then the way Kyoto people spoke was the way everyone spoke. However, now most people don't speak like that, and they speak very weird compared to most Japanese. So it's possible they were someone from Kyoto. I don't know, I'm just bringing up possibilities. Anyways. So she ran away.
そっか。ごめんなさい。少しだけ気になったから。
Sorry, I was just a bit curious.
いえ、構いません。ここまででいいです、先輩。あとは届けるだけですから。
No, it's alright. Here's fine, senpai. I only have to hand these to him now. Oh, gotta adjust my chair position. Oh. Transmute. A transmutation.
そう？それじゃあまたね。
Okay, see you later then. Matane. I know matane. That's like sayonara, but not as final. Because you should only say sayonara when you don't think you're going to see someone again for a long time. Matane is more casual and something you would say in a situation like see you later then. So, yeah. I pass the handouts back to Sakura. As I start to head back to my classroom, I pause.
Sakura, 最近はどう？
Sakura, how are things? How are things? Interesting that you're asking this all of a sudden.
はい、大丈夫。元気です、私。
Hi, 大丈夫. That means it's okay. Genki desu. That means I'm healthy. I'm doing fine. Interesting. I didn't hear Rin ask Genki desu ka, which she would ask, are you healthy? But she still just responded, Genki desu. Anyways, this is another reason I don't like having Japanese voices. I get too into it. Oh. I'm still in the process of learning Japanese, so whenever I hear Japanese that I'm familiar with, I get all giddy because I'm like, I recognize that, yes! But, it's rather distracting for the playthrough, but maybe people enjoy it, I don't know.
そう。シンジがまた何かやったら言いなさい。あいつはどってものを知らないから。黙っていると悪化する一方よ。
I see. Well, if Shinji does something again, tell me. If Shinji does something again... Ooh? He doesn't know when to stop, so it'll only get worse if you don't say anything. What are we talking about? Shinji, the brother. We talking about? Is he beating you? Is he? Well, what are we talking about? Is he being a bad boy? It does something again. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is he beating you with his words? Sounds like a creeper. I'll fight him to the death. Especially if he ends up being like a plot twist master or something, then I probably will literally fight him to the death.
心配いりませんよ先輩。兄さん、この頃は優しいんですから。
You don't need to worry, senpai. Nissan has been kind recently. Interesting. The translators didn't bother translating Nissan. They just left it as Nissan instead of brother. He's been kind recently? What do you mean recently? So you're saying he wasn't always kind? Like, he used to be a dick? What are we talking about? This doesn't sound too hip. Sounds like there's some drama going on, and I think I'd like to know about it. I need to protect my precious Sakura, right? It seems like Rin cares about her. She says that with such a smile, I can't say anything else. I bid her goodbye once more and turn my back to my on the familiar junior. Shinji, I mean, he seemed like a creeper before, but so far we've yet to see Shinji interact with his sister, but from the way they're talking, it seems like the relationship isn't great. There may be issues. But anyways, the day ends. Well, once we get to the end of the third day, that means the prologue should definitely be over, unless it's like the day after the prologue, and yet the prologue still goes. So some fancy stuff is probably going to go on down tonight, I would assume. I assume we're about to get back to the boundary field. Students leave the classroom and the building gets darker by the second. The sun will set soon. When the red sun sets and the night falls, there should be no one left in the school.
始めるわよ、あーちゃん。まずは結界の下調べ。どんな結界かを調べてから消すか残すか決めましょう。
Let's begin, Archer. First, we need to check out the boundary field. Once we figure out what kind of boundary field it is, we'll decide whether to eliminate it or leave it. Or leave it? That sounds like you're not being very, The idea that you're open to the possibility that you'll leave it sounds like hypocritical, given the sense that you're trying to have a pissing contest, right? So you're not doing a very good job protecting your territory if you just leave it. I adjust my invisible partner. Can you do that in your head? Can you think and he'll hear your thoughts? Or do you have to speak out loud? If you have to speak out loud, it definitely is more like Death Note, and that's very sketchy, and you gotta be careful. Archer must understand as I can sense him nodding. A boundary field is something that protects its caster. Caster! That means the caster set it up! What? You could call it a geographical magic in which one knits a line of magic across a land to change the interior. Change it how? Infinite different effects are possible within a boundary field. I definitely remember the term coming up in Fate Zero, but I forget exactly what it means. There are all sorts of boundary fields, from ones that conceal the area from people's eyes, to ones that limit the use of magic within them. Conceal the area from people... Oh, so you could, like, make it invisible to muggles? Limit the use of magic within them. No Avada Kedavras? No dark magic. Just light magic. Oh, is there going to be a skill drain type effect where nobody can use magic inside? That'd be really bad against caster. The most aggressive of all those that oppress life forms within them. Oh, that's bad. Oppress like how? Are we talking like PG-13 where they die, or are we talking kid-friendly where they just, they get the common cold or something? The boundary field laid out over our school is of that kind. Oh, that's bad. It's not yet complete, but once it is, everyone in the school should fall unconscious. Oh. Yeah, they go to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, pretty much. They'll fall unconscious. Interesting. Okay. But they won't die? Fall unconscious. So what's the plan here? What's the goal of getting everyone to fall unconscious? Maybe as a way to check for magical people, because whoever doesn't fall unconscious, like a witch trial, whoever doesn't fall unconscious is a magical person? Or are they going to, like, try to sap their energy? Like, they'll make them fall unconscious by knocking them out through fatigue and, like, sap their energy and gain it and absorb it for their own personal use, maybe? I mean, if they are only knocking them unconscious and not killing them, that means they're arguably a bit ethical. But, I mean, still, knocking out the school on a mass level there's some debate if that's ethical at all. But if it's not killing them, then it's a more gray area. Something like this won't affect me. Indeed. Because you're too strong. You're not affected by the hockey. You just play basketball. You don't play hockey. After all, a boundary field is something targeted not at me, but at the place I'm in. Interesting factoid. When I was on Twitter earlier, like One Piece chapter, whatever they're on, 900 something was trending. I didn't check it because I don't want to be spoiled, because I only watch the anime and I'm behind on the anime at that, but I haven't seen One Piece trending like for a long time that I can remember, so I'm guessing something big just happened. But anyways, speaking of hockey, what? Boundary field is something targeted not at me, but at the place I'm in. Such an indirect magical energy invention has no effect on magi, who have magical energy throughout their bodies. Indeed. So, I see. So if you have enough magical to sustain yourself, you're fine. Most people vie on the magic in the air. Is magic like oxygen, where you breathe it in and then poop it out? So most people sustain themselves on the magic in the air around them. But if you're a magus, if you have enough metachlorians, you'll be able to do magic stuff. A weak current floating through the air will only be repelled by a strong current like myself. Aha, yes, you need high metachlorian count. This boundary field has a different intention. I don't know what kind of person set up this boundary field, but his intention is not to defeat a master. It's hard to believe, but his target is everyone in the school. You sure it's not like a double purpose? Like maybe get some energy, but also maybe can they somehow sense who is and isn't affected and maybe like locate you that way maybe? Maybe. There's only one reason to do something like that. Unbelievably, this guy is... I search the school building and emerge onto the rooftop to finish. It's dark outside. It's 8 o'clock now, way past the school closing time, which is 6. The only people still in the school are me and Archer. Is that really true? I bet you it's not. Probably gonna have a hoedown.
これで7つ目か。とりあえずここが起点みたいね。
This makes 7. The 7th master, you mean? It looks like this is the origin. 7th master? What are you talking about? Ooh. An 8-stroke mark is openly drawn on the rooftop. What does this have to do with the number of masters? This purplish-red character only visible to Magi is something I've never seen before, engraved with something unknown. Or are we saying there's 7 of these marks? That would be very coincidental. Unless 7 is just... Well, maybe not. Maybe 7 is just a very important number for magic. Like, you need 7 people to summon the Grail. You need 7 of these circles to make the spell work correctly. I guess that could make sense.
参ったな。これ私の手には負えない。
Damn it, this isn't something I can handle. Oh, so you're saying it's a powerful effect, huh? So you're saying maybe it's not third rate. The person who set up this boundary field didn't think about anything. He didn't think, but the boundary field is bound with amazing skill. If you have proof that it's bound with amazing skill, why would you assume he didn't think? Why not think from their perspective? I don't think it would be super hard considering you're doing... Again, maybe I'm right that they're trying to draw someone out, in which case they're doing exactly what you're doing by not hiding your magical presence. So, it seems that the fact that you're not even thinking about that conclusion makes me think you're definitely very bad at, the problem Archer was saying. It's very big with her. She's very bad at thinking other people might be smart. I can temporarily drain magic energy from this boundary field, but I cannot eliminate the boundary field itself. The boundary field can be reactivated just by having the caster put more magical energy into it again. What is ethics? I think you said that a while ago and I ignored it. Tom's Tom too. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but if you're asking seriously, ethics basically just mean if it's ethical, it's not a bad thing. If it's not ethical, that means, like, for example, if you're going to do experiments on humans, okay, it's a joke. Well, I'm going to explain it anyway because I'm already partway through. I understand the point of the joke. The joke was that who cares about ethics in a fight to the death? I understand that. However, I'm going to explain anyways. If you do an experiment on a person, like let's say experimenting on a person and you turn them into Frankenstein, that's not very ethical. Even if they consented, that's probably bad. But if they didn't consent, it's even less ethical. There's a scale. Now, if you're experimenting on someone to cure, let's say, the common cold, and you experiment on them by giving them cancer, but giving them cancer will somehow help you cure the common cold, I don't know, I'm just theory crafting here, then giving them cancer is very bad and unethical. Yes, it could help you cure the common cold, but, like, that's bad. Don't do that. That's not ethical. It's about means to the end. If all you care about is the means that justify, and you don't care if how you use, if you don't care about how bad the means are as long as they get to the end, then you're not very ethical. There, that's the explanation. Anyways, the boundary field can be reactivated just by having the caster put more magical energy into it again. Ethics 101 with Renegade the 67 8-man. Archer says nothing. He's been quiet ever since we came onto the rooftop, probably because he too recognizes the power of his boundary field. This boundary field. The boundary field doesn't just drain one's strength. Once activated, it will literally dissolve all the people within it. Wait, what? Once activated, dissolve? Like, wait, so it will kill them? I thought you said it would knock them unconscious. Which is it? If it kills them, then that's even more unethical. There are boundary fields that drain physical and mental strength from people within them. But the boundary field laid out over the school is on a completely different level. So if they fade away, they're still going to die, even if they don't technically die, though, right? Unless they really are going to a shadow realm of sorts. This is a soul eater. Where's Maka? It's a blood fort that dissolves people within it and claims the souls that seep out. A blood fort. Oh, it claims their souls. So they're definitely dying. They're not just falling unconscious. Very unethical. This is a very bad person. Since ancient times, souls have been hard to handle. However, the fact that it was set up sloppily and easy to notice makes me believe that somebody, like, yes, they were setting this up to drain a bunch of people's energy, but maybe they were doing that because maybe they were doing it just to get their energy, but maybe it was multitasking. Like, maybe if nobody caught on and nobody noticed it, then that meant there were no mages around. But if a mage noticed it, then that would be a way to luring the mage out, possibly. So someone might be watching and waiting for us to notice it, and so they may actually be watching us even now. Souls have been hard to handle. Even though they're believed to exist and are necessary for magic, only one magus has ever understood the soul. Oh yeah, and who is that? Souls are only things to be investigated or things to be moved into containers. Containers such as, like, super energy things that'll do, like, super energy things. It's incomprehensible, not merely to suck them out, but also to collect them in a single place. What if that single place is a servant? It's because a magus has no use for them, even if one were to collect this unconvertible energy. There's a reason it must be.
Archer, あなたたちってそういうもの?
Archer, are you servants this kind of creature? What a rude way of asking. But I guess it gets the point across. I ask coldly.
ご推察の通りだ。我々は基本的に霊体だと言っただろう。故に、食事は第二、ないし第三要素となる。
It's as you suspect. I told you we're basically spirits. Therefore, our meals consist of souls and mental constituents.
君たちが肉を栄養とするように、サーバントは精神と魂を栄養とする。
As you subsist on meat, we subsist on souls and minds. Yummy.
栄養を取ったところで基本的な能力は変わらないが、取り入れれば取り入れるほどタフになる。つまり、魔力の貯蔵量が上がっていくというわけだ。
Our basic abilities do not change from such nourishment, but we do become tougher. In other words, our magical energy capacity increases. You gain more mana! You level up! Love me some mind. Brains. Brains. Yes. To strengthen your servant, you must attack people indiscriminately. I think this is very discriminately. You're discriminating against the school.
マスターから提供される魔力だけじゃ足りないってこと?
So the magical energy the master provides isn't enough? Probably not that probably not that it's not enough, just that more is better. It's probably that approach.
足りなくはないが、 大いに越したことはない。実力が劣る場合、弱点を武士で補うのが戦争だろ。
Yep, yep. It's not that, but it doesn't hurt to have more. More is better. I don't want some of your money. I want all of your money. I know that I could be ethical with my implementation of video game transactions, or I could just shove loot boxes in your faces and terrible microtransactions and get all of your money. It's that kind of mindset. They don't need to be there, but I want them to be there because I want all of your money. Or in this case, all of your soul. It's not that it doesn't hurt to have more. In war, if you lack strength, you make up for it with supplies, right?
周囲の人間からエネルギーを奪うのはマスターとしては基本的な戦略だ。そういった意味で言えば、この結界は効率がいい。
It's a basic tactic for Master to steal energy from the people around them. In that regard, this boundary field is very efficient. It may be efficient, but I'm guessing Rin doesn't like it. I think she's a good person. Dash, 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 dash. Archer's saying that if I want to win, I should kill people and steal their strength. How simple. I already knew that. Oh, so you're gonna do it? You are just gonna be a bad girl? The bad girl Rin? That's why I think I know which path I'm gonna choose. Which path? You mean which branching path? Visual novel. Choice? There's been no choices yet.
それ勘に触るわ。二度と口にしないで、アーチャー。
That annoys me. Don't ever mention it again, Archer. Ooh, okay. So what do you mean? What's your path? I say so while staring at the mark. For some reason, Archer sounds happy as he confidently answers.
同感だ。私も真似をするつもりはない。
I feel the same way. I don't intend to do so either. You just brought it up because you know it's just the natural way to get ahead. You can get ahead that way, but just because you have a better Gundam doesn't mean the one with the worst Gundam can't win. It just means the one with the worst Gundam has to be a better pilot. Something, something, something.
さて、それじゃ消そうか。無駄だろうけど、とりあえず邪魔をするぐらいにはなる。
Well, let's erase this. It's meaningless, murada, but it should hinder them a bit. I approach the mark and extend my left arm. Maybe somebody's waiting for this. What if somebody's waiting for you to touch the mark? What if that's their signal? The magic crest on my left arm is the book of magic passed down the Tosaka family. Okay, and then, okay, I think that's our first confrontation. Confirmation that this magic crest is different from her command spells. I switch on my sense. I push magical energy into my magical crest, read the part that explains the elimination of boundary fields, and now all I have to do is activate it. I push, read the part. You read it? As in you read it in your mind, or do you actually read it off of your arm? What are we talking about here? Now all I have to do is activate it. As I've been saying, I've been studying Japanese, so I can translate all of those words. The first one translates to mind. The second one translates to mind. The third one translates to mind. Basically, what they're saying is, brains, brains, brains. Eliminate. Surgical extraction. Second section. I touch the surface with my left hand and let my magical energy flow out. This will at least wash the color off this mark, but...
なんだよ、消しちまうのか？もったいねえ。
Oh shoot, this is someone new. What? You're gonna erase it? What a waste. And who would this be? Was I right? Was whoever created this watching? Whoever created this, created the circle, waiting for somebody to interact with it because, I don't know. Because either if someone was waiting and wanting to lure out people with this mark, then they might not, I'd be surprised if they spoke up. I don't know. You're going to erase it. What a waste. I'm thinking about that. What a waste. That sounds like either the person who created it would be saying what a waste because they wanted to use it, or possibly the other possibility is that we're going 3 levels deep, and this is a servant that's not even related to this mark in general, and they were someone else who maybe goes to this school that found this mark and was eavesdropping on this mark and was going to use that as a way to find other masters as well, in which case they're saying, what a waste, because that would let you suss out even more masters. Masterception. Suddenly. But either way, it seems like we're going to be getting into a bit of a fight here. But is this a master or a servant? If they're letting themselves be known so easily, it's probably a servant. As if to stop the erasure of the boundary field, a voice echoes over. Dash, 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 dash. I quickly stand up and turn around. Oh! Hello! More red eyes. On top of the water tower. Hold on. This definitely looks like a servant. He definitely looks servant-ish. Let me check something. Red eyes. Does Archer have red eyes? No, I don't think so. I was just thinking, like, if red eyes is like a servant thing, that was just going to make me think about the blonde-haired foreigner we saw earlier. I don't know. I was just thinking, is red eyes a servant thing? But Archer doesn't seem to have red eyes, so I don't think. Hype scene, but I have to go by. Oh, that's unfortunate. See you later, Toms. I'm actually going to be stopping around now, actually. I probably will go for a little bit longer, but I quickly stand up and turn around on top of the water tower. Okay, so this is going to be another servant. We're probably going to be getting into a bit of a fight. Before we do that, I should probably take this moment to guess. Oh, actually, did it say which servant he was? And I wasn't even paying attention? I might not have even been paying attention. I wasn't paying attention if it said which servant he was when I was looking. However, if I'm going to go ahead and guess which servant he is, because I want to do that every time. Let's see here. Blue hair, red eyes. He looks like he's got some armor on. So he's probably one of the physical ones. Probably not a caster. He's on top of the roof, which means it's going to be hard for him to get back to his mount if he hasn't brought it up to the roof with him somehow. So he's probably not rider, probably not caster, probably not rider. If he was assassin, he'd be probably more sneaky. I doubt he would announce himself if he was assassin. Assuming there's only one Saber, and if assuming it's the one from Fate Zero, and that means this isn't Saber either. So that rules out Saber, caster, rider, assassin. That also rules out Archer because we have Archer. That leaves 2, right? Lancer. Who's the other one? Gosh. Berserker. Why do I always forget Berserker? You look like you could be a Berserker, but at least if Fate Zero is any indication, the Berserkers are generally more Berserk. Which means my best guess would be that this guy is Lancer. I don't see his Lance, but just based off process of elimination, that would be my first assumption. In the sky, 10 meters away, a guy is looking down at me. Deep ultramarine that melts into the night. His grin is wild, and a bestial smell carries on the wind. The stare of the beast is a cool one. The man in blue looks at me like an old friend, even in this situation. Oh boy.
これあなたの仕業
Is this your doing? If he's it might be his master's doing, but as far as servants go, probably only a caster. If it was a servant that set it up, would have set it up. There's some reasoning to think that the caster set it up, actually, because if it's a really strong magical thing and Rin can't do anything about it, either that means it's a really good master, or maybe it was the servant caster.
いや、小細工を労するのは魔術師の役割だ。俺たちはただ命じられたまま戦うのみ。だろ？そこの兄さんよ。
No, petty tricks are the Magi's job. We only fight as we are commanded to. Isn't that right, you over there? Well, it seems like he can see Archer. He is being vague in his wording. He's not confirming or denying if his master was the one that did it. Dash, 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 dash. Casual, but his voice is filled with murderous intent. This guy can see Archer.
やっぱりサーバント
As I thought, a servant. Savanto.
そうとも。で、それがわかるお嬢ちゃんは俺の敵ってことでいいのかな？
That's right. Since you can tell, I can consider you as my enemy, right? Interesting. So, that's an interesting strategy, because it doesn't look like the master is with him. Normally, you'd want to keep the master and servant together to protect the master. However, if the master-servant combo was expecting someone to be at this scene, inspecting the magic circle, it would make sense for the servant to stay around and without the master to catch the master who is maybe going to look into it, if any, off guard. Because even though the servant is here, having a servant versus a servant when a master is in the way, Rin could get in Archer's way, which would give this person an advantage in the fight potentially if he has to babysit. And there's no master that this guy has to babysit, in theory. Dash, 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 dash. My spine freezes. A normal light tone of voice. And it's colder than anything I've ever heard. Scary enough to make me vomit. Dash, 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 dash. I can't tell how I should move or what my best course is. But my reason is telling me absolutely not to fight this man here. Well, I mean, if he's a servant, then yeah. Especially because if you don't see a master around, then he's at an advantage.
ほう、大したもんだ。何もわからねえようで要点は抑えてやがる。
Huh? That's pretty good. You seem like you don't know anything, but you grasp the important points.
ああ、失敗したなこりゃ。面白がって声をかけるんじゃなかったぜ。
Man, I messed up. I shouldn't have called you out just for fun. Huh. So this guy, he does realize it was a mistake to call her out. But he seems very hot-blooded. Despite the fact that he's wearing blue and has blue hair, he seems the opposite of Archer. Archer's wearing red, which would suggest aggression, but he's more laid back. Whereas this guy's wearing blue, which would suggest, cool and composed, but he seems a little more, ragey, based on the fact that Rin says it looks like, he's bestial, and also that he let it slip that he was there when really he should have waited. So it seems like they're inverting the color schemes. The cool and composed one is red, and the aggressive one, I think, is blue. The man raises his arm, although he does have red eyes. Dash, 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 dash. Happens in an instant. The arm that held nothing until now. Is that a lance? Yup. I think we have our lancer. I think I called it right. Boom, boom, I'm 2 for 2. Now holds a red weapon 2 meters long. Oh shoot. Is it runtime? Are we running away? Huh? I jump to the side without thinking. I can't spare the time to consider that I can't jump full force while on a rooftop. You're gonna jump off the roof? You have some kind of magic spell for that? Like Wingardium Leviosa? Sorry, it's Wingardium Leviosa. I just jump with full force to the side as if trying to smash the fence. Whoa! Fancy! A whirlwind brushes past my hair. Hopefully you dodged that in time. Barely made it. He rushed me in an eye blink and mercilessly slashed at the space I just occupied. You got some good legs, young lady. The blue whirlwind pursues me. There are no escapes. The fence is behind me, to my sides. No, I won't make it. Are you sure? You gotta use some kind of magic spell to, like, speed you up or something, right? You have those, right? You're a mage. Well, she speaks German. That means magic, right? My response is fast. I run the magic crest on my left arm and assemble the magic in a single measure. It lightens my body and adjusts gravity. In this instant, my body becomes light as a feather, and I leap! Ooh, leaping off the school. Ooh, but that's dangerous, though, because, I mean, depending on how you fall, that'll get you caught in midair, which means you don't have control over your actions, really, which could make you a sitting duck if Lancer is fast enough.
Leap.
That's Archer's voice. I know, let me handle it. I jump over the fence and fall from the rooftop. Oh, poop. Poopsers. Dash, 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 dash. Fight scenes. This is the one thing that I'm probably majorly missing out. If Fate Zero is any indication, the fight scenes in Fate Stay Night anime are probably also dope as heck. At least the remake new version. Oh well. May go back and watch Fate Stay Night anime to see the dope ass fight scenes at some point. But so far, I mean, this seems hype-ish. The wind and pressure push against my body. 50 meters to the ground. 1.7 seconds until landing. No, that's too slow. He'll catch up. 1.7 seconds is too slow.
Fox,
Oh boy, more magic.
アーチャー着地任せた。
Take care of the landing. I let Archer take the impact of the landing and start to run as soon as my feet touch the ground. Ah, good choice. Otherwise, you probably would have either needed another magical spell to catch your landing and not hurt you. It would probably have been too much magic and a waste of magic at that. First, I have to change the location, get away from the school. Don't accidentally kill any innocents if anyone's still around. We have to go somewhere we can move around freely, not a small place like a rooftop. Oh, also, that's right, you want to get some distance because your Archer is good at sniping, whereas Lancer's more of a... He's good at mid-range, but definitely better at close range than an Archer would be. We have to move to a large field with no obstacles to play to Archers in my strengths. Your strengths as well? Are you also a bit of a ranged fighter? What she said. What she panted. I run from the rooftop to the school ground in less than 7 seconds. Were you counting? It's more than 100 meters. My speed is so fast that normal people would see only a blur. Sonic Hero. But it would be a red blur because of your red clothes, right? Red and black, actually, because you got black hair, so you'd be more like Shadow than Sonic. Shadow villains! But that's...
いや、本気でいい足だ。ここで仕留めるのはいささかもったいなさすぎるか。
Man, those are really good legs. It'll be a waste to kill you here. But will you do it anyways? Will you? Come at me. Meaningless against a servant.
アーチャー
Is it fight time? Servant on servant action? Ooh, we get to see his pretty back. At the moment I step back, Archer steps in front, taking form. A cloudy night. In Archer's hand is a short sword that reflects the weak moonlight. Should we really be doing this at the school? Like you say, no one should be here, but hopefully no one's actually here, because that could get messy, because it feels like we're doing this in a pretty out in the open place, is what I'm saying. And the whole rule about, no witnesses. Anyways.
へえ。
Wow. The man crocks his mouth.
いいね。そう来なくっちゃ。話が早いやつは嫌いじゃない。
That's good. That's the way to go. I don't mind people. Oh, that's right. I'm giving him more of a... Nah, that's the way to go. I don't mind people who are quick on the uptake. Indeed. A large whirlwind. Oh boy, is the real fight starting now? The fight between the servants? That's the weapon swung at me on the rooftop. The blood-red crimson lance that tries to mercilessly slaughter me. Arguably like a thrust like lightning? Which was the intro text, right? A thrust like lightning? That seems more fitting with Lancer than with Saber.
ランサーのサーバント
Servant, Lancer.
いかにも。そういうあんたのサーバントはセイバー。
Guess again. That's right, and your servant is Saber. I could see why you might guess that, based on process of elimination. If he's like, the way he's positioned, he's likely to be Saber or Archer. But if he was Archer, he'd want to get more of a distance and not come up close. So I can see why you would guess Saber.
って感じじゃねえな。何者だ、てめえ。
Then again, you don't see a bow, but you also don't see a sword yet. Or maybe not. Who the hell are you? There's no sign of his previous casual demeanor. Oh, do you know something about our Archer that we don't know? In response to Lancer, full of murderous intent, Archer remains silent. The distance between the two is about 5 meters. The weapon in Lancer's hand is about 2 meters. Ooh, are we getting some math stuff? For that man with the bestial smell, I feel like the remaining 3 meters are meaningless.
まっとうな一騎打ちをするタイプじゃねえな、てめえは。ってことは、アーチャーか。
I'm not really sure you came to that conclusion. You're not the type to engage in one-on-one combat, so you must be Archer. He's got some foxy features on his face now. Interesting. I don't know how you come to the conclusion he doesn't like one-on-one combat. It seems like he's just about to get into one-on-one combat with you. Unless you think that he'd be more aggressive. Not necessarily. A Saber could be defensive. Saber from Fate Zero is pretty defensive, right? She has a defensive fighting style. If memory serves. Archer doesn't respond to the sneering voice either. Confronting each other strangely are red and blue. Yeah, but their personalities are kind of swapped from what you'd expect. The two counterfeit-colored knights are already watching for the other's clinching blow.
いいぜ。好みじゃねえが、出会ったからにはやるだけだ。 そら、獲物を出せよ、アーチャー。
Alright, I don't like it, but now we've met, we'll just have to fight. Come on, take out your bow, Archer. Still not really sure you've come to the conclusion that he's Archer when he's still pretty close to you and looks ready to fight. If he was really Archer, you'd think he'd be running further away. But I think I will stop here. It's, you know, kind of in the middle of a hype scene, but better here than in the middle of the actual fight. So, let's go ahead and make a save. Not Lamph. Lancer, Verse, Archer, Hype. And we will pick up in this location in the next inciting installment of Fate Stay Night Blind, which will be tomorrow. Should be tomorrow, if all goes well. Should be shorter than this one, but should be enough to cover the fight, I would hope.